Hey, James. Kaz ready? Good morning, everybody. I always hate to interrupt you. I love hearing you talking. um, good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces this beautiful Sunday morning. And I'm Sarah Benson. We're going to start with a couple songs. If you'd like to stand, I invite you to. If not, that's fine. I am the center of creation. I am a seed planted in the stillness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am a tree rooted in fullness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. I am a center of creation. I am complete, living in wholeness. I am a center of creation, fertile ground for the highest thoughts of God. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. Love, 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 joined together, together in love. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. Joy, 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 joined together, together in joy. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. We are brothers, we are sisters, joined together in peace. Oh, peace, 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 joined together, together in peace. Peace, 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 joined together, together in peace.
Good morning. How nice to see you. And all the Zoomers, if there are some, wonderful. There are wonderful. We are so blessed. I'm Judy Hunt, your practitioner today. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces, where our vision is a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Welcome to anyone visiting for the first time. Not sure there are, but we have nice gift packets at each door, and they include a coupon for the bookstore, so be sure and look that up. Also, there's a form to fill out so you can get on our email newsletter. And that's the best way to keep track of all the things that are going on in here. So, Unity, the church that's here before we are in this on Sunday, is celebrating Lent and doing soup dinners on Friday evenings in Lent. So if you're interested, the details on that are in the newsletter. And we're going to do a book study on the book Community, and that'll begin March 23rd, Thursdays from 4 to 5. And they'll continue as long as we're reading and enjoying and discovering. We're really thinking that this book can enhance our understanding and thereby strengthen our community. We have sacred service opportunities now that we've got a lot going on in here again. So bookstore volunteers would be great. And we would also like to create a team of people who are available in case our cleaning person is sick and they could come in on a Saturday afternoon or evening. Also, there's laundry to take home and return from just the uses we do. It's not an onerous task. So please see Bonnie if you're interested in providing any of those services. Oh, and today we will be visioning for the center after the service. Okay. See, it's a circus.
Where are the elephants?
And to enhance the circus, we're welcoming new members today. So here's Reverend Bonnie.
Okay. We are so excited about growing this community known as the circus, I guess. And I am excited to let you all know that we have 6 new people joining our community today. And with this opportunity to join the center is what we consider a joyous occasion. And we welcome, like I said, 6 new members to the Center for Spiritual Living here in the heart of Las Cruces. So what does it mean to be a member? It is a commitment to spiritual growth in an atmosphere of freedom to grow spiritually at your own pace and evolve your own working philosophy of ideas and beliefs. It is a commitment to building a life of joy, ease, and love in an environment where we recognize and embrace the importance of spiritual community in supporting and empowering our personal journey. What naturally follows is the growth of this community, our spiritual community. It is an affirmation of alignment with the philosophy and teachings of the science of mind. It is an open statement in one's belief that their spiritual center is of great value personally. It is having a sense of ownership in our center and expressing that ownership through sharing of time, talent, and treasure. So we would like to recognize that they are going to do this, that they are doing this today. So I'm going to ask our board president to come forward. And let's see, should the video be over just a, he's got a little remote. Is that not the coolest thing ever? And our new members will each come forward so that we can do this ceremony. So Kay-Ann Covey, Katia Gonzalez, Bill Barron. I don't see Charles and Teeny here today, so they were going to join. And Donna Banning just joined us, and so we are welcoming her as well. Yay, isn't this fabulous? So this is both a joyous and a contemplative occasion. By choosing to become a member here at the center, you are making a commitment to grow spiritually and to focus this growth in fulfilling your dreams. For this is a place that believes that the spiritual power we seek already lives within us, eager to be discovered and experienced. Do you declare your commitment to grow spiritually and express this growth in fulfilling your dreams? You have each responded to this call of spirit whose desire it is to express itself and its greatness and magnificence through you and to grow and expand your spiritual community. You are living proof that when spirit has a desire, its creation automatically responds. You are the living, breathing demonstration of God in action at the Center for Spiritual Living here in the heart of Las Cruces. In the words of Ernest Holmes, our founder, the essence of our teaching is, All is God, Spirit, and Spirit or God is all there is. As you believe, so it is done unto you. Our duty in life is to love and live fully. And when you change your thinking, you change your life. By becoming a member, you are committing yourself to further exploring these universal truths, teachings that we have here, this pathway of Ernest Holmes, who chose to call this religious science or science of mind. And this teaching is also now known through its Centers for Spiritual Living, of which we are a member. Do you declare your commitment to study and the application of this universal truth teaching as you come to understand it? By becoming a member, you are helping to make a difference in the world. You are joining with like-minded people all over the world who care or who share this common value. You are joining people of all faiths who fully embody the universal truths shared across religions, ancient and new. And here in the Center for Spiritual Living, in the heart of Las Cruces, this is a place where people grow, and we do that by teaching and practicing these universal spiritual principles captured in the science of mind, and we live our vision, which you heard Judy say earlier, a world in loving partnership for the good of all. Do you support this vision? Our desire is to live fully and consciously through inspiration, education, spiritual community, and service. And we do this with 5 main spiritual principles: receptive prayer or meditation, affirmative prayer or what we call spiritual mind treatment, spiritual study, service, and conscious giving. Do you support and hold in your heart the desire to live life fully in this way? We are a spirit-centered community of love, light, and laughter, as we saw earlier. Yes, and we honor and celebrate the many paths to God. We celebrate the diversity of all people, of all religions and walks of life. Do you support and celebrate life in this way? Yes. So if you would please sign our membership book, and the president will give you your name tag and a rose. This rose symbolizes your inherent beauty and divinity. Welcome. No, stay up here. Welcome on board. Yay. Yay. Oh, thank you, Edie, if you'll get some pictures. No, she'll get her card later.
Well,
So,
but you'll get a rose.
You get a rose.
So,
Yes, we have to make her card. She just let me know this morning she's coming on board.
he's one of these sinistral people.
Okay.
You get a rose too.
Yay. So come stand this way. Let's get a picture of everybody together. Come on in close. Judy, you can stand behind this one tonight. Yay.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
There you go.
All right, now don't leave yet. There's more. There's always more. Okay. You now have the rights and responsibilities of voting members of this spiritual community. So we encourage you to attend our business meeting, to cast your vote, and our visioning sessions, like we're having today, to contribute to the overall vision and direction of the center. And so now to all of you in this community, please rise as you are able, or stay seated if you are wanting to do that. Do you agree to be these new members' spiritual family, to welcome them and support them on this journey to which they just committed? Thank you. So in recognition of the commitment that you have made to your spiritual growth and to the growth of this center, it is our joy to welcome you into our spiritual family. So now you can go out and join everyone. Thank you so much. Yay, we are so excited to have you. And Judy, back to you.
We believe in the power of prayer. We call it Okay, whoops. There. Yeah? Good, thank you. We believe in the power of prayer, spiritual mind treatment, or affirmative prayer. We have prayer requests on the back of each seat in front of you. And there's a group of wonderful people that meet every week, ministers and practitioners from the 4 New Thought centers here. And we pray with you for your concerns. And we hold that pattern of perfection that you are looking for and finding. And we also have gratitude cards to fill out so we can find out how Spirit is moving and working in your life right now. And that's always fun to look at. And if you want to, you can give your approval and we will post it on the board out there so everyone can see your gratitude. It just gets bigger and bigger. And we know that gratitude is the energy that fuels everything. So please do that. Also, at the end of this service, there will be their practitioners, me and Bob, available if you have something that's weighing on you right now, and we can do a quick treatment with you, and I think you will feel better. So please use us if you wish. So now it's time for song, silence, and prayer.
I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by love. I am surrounded by love. Love is who I am. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. I am supported by love. Love is who I am. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. This love won't let me fall. Love is who I am. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. I am a part of this love. Love is who I am. Love is who I am.
Spirit is so clearly around us and through us and in us today. I feel so blessed to be in this company, to be in this place, and to be in this teaching. To know that Spirit is guiding me, leading me higher, smoothing the way, and making a peaceful, joyful, happy life. I am so grateful. And I know that this is true for each and every one of us here today, that we are guided and directed and protected by Spirit. And so it is. Our reading today is from this thing called You. No surprise, since that's the class we're doing, so Bonnie and I are kind of immersed. It's wonderful immersion. I know that I am the Spirit of God. I know that the Spirit of God is in me. I know that this Spirit is complete and perfect. Therefore, it must be complete and perfect in me. I know that this Spirit is now operating in my affairs. It is manifesting its beauty and harmony in everything I do. I know that my body is a spiritual idea, manifesting in form. I know that every organ of my body, being a manifestation of pure spirit, contains within itself a pattern of joy, of peace, of divine order, of harmony, and complete perfection. And so it is.
We're going to do a song called Welcome Home. It's by Becca Palm. And this is going to be on the rotation for openers, so you're invited to learn it. And yeah, and this is a good one for today, so it's welcoming new people. Mm-hmm. Excellent.
Hello, it's great to see you. Hey friend, you're not alone. Come in, our hearts are open. Welcome home. Come on, the Spirit's moving. Our love is here to grow. Wake up, our coffee's brewing. Welcome home. This is my place. This is your place. This is our place. Welcome home. Hello.
This is my place.
It's great to see you. Hey friend.
This is your place.
You're not alone. Come in.
This is our place.
Our hearts are open. Welcome home. Come on.
This is my place.
Spirit's moving. Our love.
This is your place.
Is here to grow. Wake up.
This is our place.
Coffee's brewing. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home.
That's absolutely perfect. Welcome home to everybody who just joined us. This is our home, our spiritual home. Hold on one second here. Down a little bit. How's that? Hear me better? Yay. Okay, good morning. I think everyone here knows already that I'm Reverend Bonnie, the community spiritual leader here at the center, but just to make that official. And I know that I imagine you all have heard people say, I'm wearing many hats. I was thinking of our board president and practitioner and videographer. He's always switching hats, and he says that when he comes up here. So what hat are you wearing today? As you show up in the center, what hat are you wearing as someone who now is a new member or who has been a member for a while, as a friend and visitor? What hat are you wearing that brought you to us this morning? And then what other hats are you wearing? What hats do you wear in your life? What kinds of things are you switching in and out of? And who are you when you wear those hats? Who are you when you're expressing in those different roles? And which hat is your authentic self? Is there any one hat that's more authentic than the other, or are they all part of your authentic self? I looked up the word authentic, and it said, of undisputed origin or genuine, made of or done in the traditional or original way, or in a way that faithfully resembles an original, based on facts, accurate or reliable. And our authenticity means you're true to your own personality, values, and spirit, regardless of the pressure that you're under to act otherwise. You're honest with yourself and with others, and you take responsibility for your mistakes. So what is your authentic self? In other words, who do you think you are? Now, I'm asking you for real. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? I want to hear an answer. Friendly. Okay. Healer. Who do you think you are? What? A divine child of God. Depends on the moment. Good answer. Huh? An authentic answer. Yes, that was an authentic answer. Who do you think you are? Teacher and learner. I heard Sharon. Vessel of joy. Pat, did you say something? A free soul. Okay, very cool. I put down a few ideas that I thought I might hear. So we've kind of heard that, a child of God, God expressing. And then it popped in my head, God's joyride on earth. Why that came through. We often hear people say we are spirit having a human experience. Sometimes we feel more like a human having a spiritual experience. So how do you identify yourself? Ernest Holmes said in this thing called You, whatever you identify yourself with, you will become like. So what do you identify yourself with? What roles and characteristics do you have that you identify with? Again, who do you think you are? Now, I don't know if this will be funny to you, but when I was a kid, I had a friend and we were hanging out together and we were being totally goofy. And her mother came into the room and was trying to get her to do something, and we were just in such a goofy mood. She wasn't cooperating. Her mother says, well, who do you think you are? And then she looked at me and went, who does she think she are? Well, we lost it. Her mother got no cooperation out of her because we just thought that was the funniest thing ever. But that's what I kept hearing in my mind as I thought about this topic for this month, which is cultivating authenticity. Cultivating authenticity. Who do I think I am? Who do you think you are? And how do we cultivate authenticity? How do we step more fully into our true nature, which I believe is our God self? So, as one of you said, it sort of depends on the moment. What happens then when we are angry or sad or scared? Is that part of our authentic being? Is that part of the authenticity that we are? In the Science of Mind text, I have to say one of my favorite passages is something that I read often at a memorial, where Ernest Holmes says, it is human to grieve over the loss of dear ones. Because I had heard as a child in another teaching that it wasn't okay to grieve, that grieving made it seem like we didn't trust God, that we didn't believe in that truth. So when I read those words in the Science of Mind text and realized that Ernest Holmes wasn't telling us we can't grieve, that felt better to me. That felt more authentic to me. He also says in the Science of Mind text, human life is the incarnation of God as man, or as human. And as the human gives way to the divine in all people, they become the Christ. He's talking about the Christ consciousness. And so there's that idea that we are spirit, we are God expressing, and there's a human element there. He says many times we are the individualized expressions of God or of spirit. And that individualized aspect is the human. It's that part that manifests as the physical being that we are, as that human expression that we are. And so I realize that we are multifaceted. We have all kinds of ways that we express authentically in the world. And so we're back to, once again, the both and. We keep talking about that, and I saw it as sort of both and all encompassing and. All that we are is God expressing. And yet, part of the definition of authentic had in it the undisputed origin or original way something was made. And so if we think about what is the origin of who we are, what is that essence? What is the original way we were created from? What is that form? It's God, right? It's spirit. It is that all-encompassing universe that we picture out there. So that's when we can say that our God self is our true self, our authentic self. And so I thought it would be important to consider this. Science of Mind magazine this month, I always love to go to Jesse Jennings. And in here, he was asked the question, how can I be authentically myself while I'm affirming and moving towards something I'm not? I am hearing a telephone, so let's make sure our phones are on off or vibrate. It's okay. That's part of how we are, but it would help. So he's asking again the question, how can I be authentically myself while I'm affirming and moving towards something I'm not? Well, if you're familiar with affirmative prayer, we say that we state what it is we want to see, that condition changed, as if it is so now. We're stating it in the affirmative, in the present tense, even though that's where we're also moving toward. So this person's saying, well, how can I be authentically myself now while I'm affirming that I'm going somewhere else or that I'm going to experience something else? Well, Jesse starts out by saying, being authentically yourself means being yourself by your own guiding lights and not retreating into conformity to what's expected of you or implied or assumed to be expected of you by anyone else. It means listening to your feelings, making your own choices, blazing your own trail, and so forth. But he goes on to explain more, and then he says at the end here, whenever you affirm a new set of conditions to help pull yourself into them, you're not declaring something that you're not, just something you may not yet be manifesting. In other words, if your heart is really in your affirmation, then your word is drawing its power from a place in you that believes this new desired reality already exists. You're drawing from that place within you. He goes on to say, you are in a nascent state, a stage of becoming. You have your own mental and emotional equivalent, your unique take on what counts as successful manifestation for you. If you were utterly not already the thing you're affirming, it would not exist for you and you'd be busy affirming something else. Authenticity does not preclude affirmation or compete with it at all. It's a beautiful paradox. You are already enough just as you are, and still you seek out new ways to express and new scenery to explore. Yeah, interesting to think about, right? And so as I was thinking about that in his answer, I thought about our topic from last month, which was curiosity, and how important it is, I think, to get curious about what is our authentic self? What does it look like? Who are we? What is the real essence of who we are? And from last month's Science of Mind magazine, Reverend Raymond Anderson wrote, I am not saying we should not be content or satisfied with our lives, but I am suggesting that when contentment and satisfaction close off our willingness to evolve, contribute, serve, and know the cosmic secrets, we do a disservice to ourselves and the world. So again, this idea that I think our authentic self isn't stagnant. It's evolving, it's moving, it's going to be moving forward and continuing to grow. So I need you to use your imagination. I was imagining, so imagine I have some pumpkin seeds in my hand, and imagine I have a beautiful pumpkin in my hand. Which is the authentic pumpkin? The seed or the pumpkin? Both. Imagine the acorn and a giant oak tree. Which is an authentic oak tree? Both. And so consider then your own life and how it is that you can be your authentic self while you still are evolving to a greater expression of who you are. So I just throw that out there for food for thought. And I was thinking about how it is when we meet people. We often say, well, for some of us now that we're moving into retirement or are retired, we might not ask this anymore, but we used to say, what do you do? What do you do for a living? What do you do for fun? So we often ask that kind of question. But imagine asking instead, who are you? Who do you think you are? What would happen? Who do you think you are? What do you identify with in your life? Because we are and we experience our life as we believe, as we identify with it, as we believe we are. So do you believe you're worthy or not worthy? Do you believe that you're lovable or not lovable? Do you believe you're capable or incapable? Who do you think you are? When we pray affirmative prayer, and we've talked about that in the new member thing, we talked about that we have affirmative prayer as one of our principles, it's one of our tools. And when we teach affirmative prayer, we teach 5 steps in that prayer process. And some of you know we have added that purpose statement, so it could be 6. But the 5 main steps, the third one being realization, which often starts with sentences like, I know this, 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 and this, or I accept. And we start describing the experience that we are desiring to experience on the outside, that we want to manifest. We're describing the condition changed. We're describing our life as we are moving into it, as we want to experience it. We're describing health, positive relationships, whatever it might be. In other words, we're describing the oak tree while we're seeing the acorn. We're planting the acorn. And we're describing the oak tree and how that experience is going to be when it grows into its fullness in our lives. And are we doing this to convince God to create that oak tree? No, exactly. You guys are good. We're doing it to convince ourselves of what we can expect depending on who we think we are, depending on what we believe about ourselves. And so that's why we do steps 1 and 2. So step 1 is recognition from the back. Yes, recognition. We recognize what God is. The big picture. God is, the universe is, spirit is. What is that authentic blueprint of who we are? God is. We describe that. Then, well, I was told as a kid when I was growing up that I was made in the image and likeness of God. And so was everyone else around me. And sometimes I was like, ooh, really? What does that mean? To be made in the image and likeness of God. That's what I was told. So there was a big picture for a little kid to try and figure out. But what does that mean? What is God? And then step 2, the I am. I am made in that image and likeness. I am that I've just described, that I've just visualized that God is. And then in step 3, once I know that, I start describing how my life is evolving, what I'm moving into, how I'm seeing conditions changed. And in that place is where we listen to our self-talk. Because in that place, in that third step, when we start thinking about what it is we're moving into, that's when you should listen to who you think you are. Because that's where we might start to go, I don't know if that's possible, or do I really deserve that? Somewhere, we might not say those words, but some feeling might be coming up. Do we really believe that we are a reflection of step 1 and 2? We're worthy, we're capable, we're lovable. Who do we really think we are deep down? And that's the place where we discover where our change in thinking can take place, where we might evolve even more, heal even more, where we might be out of authenticity, where we're not expressing the truth of our being in its fullest. So as you do this, whatever form of prayer, however you work it, start listening to who you think you are. So let's take a moment to explore, and I want to go back to some of those phrases. You had some great expressions. We are the divine child of God, or God expressing, as we think about those. And picture in your mind, we're doing a lot of imagination today, picture a child of God. What picture comes up for you? Where is God, and where are you? And what does that relationship look like? And then picture God expressing, that phrase, I am God expressing. Where is God, and where are you? And what picture comes to mind? And so then bring into your mind's eye something that you would like to see manifest. What acorn are you planting? What oak tree are you expecting to come out of that? What does it look like? Imagine that, and then ask yourself, what does a child of God do to assist in this manifestation process? What does God expressing do as this acorn is being planted, as the expectation of an oak tree? And again, bringing into your mind's eye, maybe there's a situation that needs to be healed, that you would like to see healing take place. It could be on a physical level, a relational, emotional level. Again, consider a condition you would like to see changed. And imagine, what does a child of God do sitting in that space of wanting to see a greater healing? And what does God expressing do in that situation? And I'm going to ask you again, who do you think you are? As Judy said, we are drawing from this thing called You, fabulous book that we are now studying, and Ernest Holmes says this: you exist that divine feeling, fire, imagination, and creativity may be expressed through you. The Spirit comes to you with a new and fresh creativity. You need not ask what others have done and how they have done it. Be yourself and express life as you find it. Never imitate. Trust the self. Find the self in God and God in the self. And so I know for myself, when I think about the difference between a child of God and God expressing, in my mind, a child needs to be taken care of. A child is given to, is provided for. And sometimes maybe that's the experience that we want to have. Ernest Holmes often said, though, what God can do for us, God does through us. So how does that look different when we're God expressing, when what it is that we're creating and planting and watching grow is moving through us? Again, I'm going to ask this a million times. Who do you think you are? And as such, how then is life expressing in and through you? Again, Ernest Holmes, this is this thing called You, page 91. My body is the temple of the living Spirit. The Spirit within me is alive, awake, and aware. It is always flowing through me in perfect life. I accept my spiritual perfection. I know that my physical being is included in it. That human experience is part of the spiritual. It is a manifestation of the life, the energy, the love, the peace, and the power which is of the Spirit. I know that this day in which I live, this present time which is now, is perfect. Everything in my world works harmoniously, divinely. I live in a completeness of this present moment. I know that the all-wisdom guides me, the all-power protects me, the all-presence goes with me. So I encourage you this month, as we think about cultivating authenticity, to ask yourself over and over and over again, who do you think you are? Who do I think I am? In this situation, in this moment, who do I think I am? And maybe try on some different ideas, try on different identities, things that might give us a little shift in how we think or feel about ourselves. How does a child of God experience this? What would a child of God do in this moment? How does God express in this moment? What would God expressing through me do right now? How would a spirit having a human experience have an experience in this moment? What would that look like? And then you could try on all kinds of different hats, so to speak. What would a man do? What would a woman do? What would a child do? What would a daughter or a son? What would a member of this community do? What would, just let your mind wander. Try on different hats, try on different aspects, and see what is that authentic you. your authentic self that wants to come forward. And what happens in you, what shifts take place as you imagine these different hats that you could put on, and as you imagine your authentic self finding its way more and more into the surface and the reality and the manifestation of your expression every day and every moment. How do we cultivate authenticity in our lives? Well, I'm going to check in with you in a couple weeks because we're going to keep talking about this, and I'll be back in a couple weeks, but I know other people will be addressing it because I really want to know, who do you think you are? And so it is. So practitioners, please surround the room. Thank you. And we know we have other practitioners that aren't present, and they hold us in consciousness and prayer every week and probably this morning from their own homes. And we just imagine the practitioners all around the world joining with us, and we as practitioners of this teaching, the authentic aspect of who we are, bringing into prayer, bringing into awareness what God is, what that looks like, and how that expresses as us. How we are a manifestation of the greatness, the allness, the power, the truth, the wholeness, the health, the well-being, and we express in so many different ways in this human experience. And so I am grateful this morning for the image of the acorn, knowing that within that acorn is the wholeness of the oak tree. It is already so. It's already so within the seed. And so as we plant the seeds in our lives, we know that the manifestation is already being planted. It's already so. It's already there. And we open ourselves to our part as we, quote unquote, move our feet, as we allow ourselves to be God expressing, to be that child of God. Whatever's being called of us, our authentic selves, step forward. And so in deep gratitude and deep awareness, knowing that it is love and peace and wholeness that is moving in and through us right now, we just release these words, the seeds of our mind's eye, into that universal law, knowing it is already so and growing. And so it is.
You've heard this one before, so please feel free to sing along. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Dootin' doo-doo, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready for sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, all is groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da, all is groovy. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy.
So Spirit has spoken. This is a circus, and we are feeling groovy. Right? Don't forget our authentic selves. We get to laugh. We get to have fun. I love it. Thank you so much, Kay. And thank you to Doug and Sarah as well for the music that we've had this morning. I want to first share with you a gratitude from the Reading Alliance. This is to the Center for Spiritual Living in the heart of Las Cruces. Did you know that 90% of a child's brain develops before kindergarten? Thank you for investing in our community's youth and families with your generous gift of $360.40 in February of 2023. We couldn't do it without you. Lots of love from the ORA Parent Support. And that was where our funds went last month. So this month, as we move into March, oh, I didn't change it. What are we doing, Bob? Do you have it up?
Yep, I do.
Thank you. I didn't change it in my notes. There we go, the action programs for animals. Yay. One of the things I know about this community is we value children, we value animals, we value human beings, we value so much. And so 10% is going to the action programs for animals starting today. So at this time, let's say our blessing. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God in me. There it is, God in me, expressing as me. Let's sing, I am so blessed.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed.
I hope you feel as blessed as I do this morning. Thank you all for being here. Remember to ask yourself, who do you think you are? Yeah, let's sing our closing song, and please remember after the service to welcome our new members. We already are part of this community, but just be sure to welcome them in. If they're open to hugs, give them hugs, otherwise a blessing. Okay, we're going to sing our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as our center, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.